And we are here, baby. Urban Therapy with Son, y'all. Sorry about the delay. But y'all know how it go.
Your
You know
show
what I'm saying?
now. Press
Sometimes
1 to hear important instructions.
the most
This would
important thing
appear
is
to be
that we
recorded
here.
back into a live
And we
show.
are
We
here.
are
So let's go.
reconnecting you now.
Yes. Live in the flesh. And I guess everything is going to be all right. It's not a mess. We clean up. Make sure we get the team up. And everything is going to be okay. It's Sunday and I'm feeling good. And y'all know how I play. It's the Urban Therapy with Sun show. And you know that it scores. Forget it. Forget it. Forget it. Forget it. Let's just go ahead and rock. Today we talking about the blend of physical and emotional scars. The blend of physical and emotional scars. We talk about emotional scars all the time, and we know that it's really hard for emotional scars to um to go away. It's hard to get rid of emotional scars. But one thing about emotional scars, mental and emotional scars, is that you only come in contact with mental and emotional scars when you are getting to know a person, when you actually are around them and kind of see the things that they do, and you kind of get an idea of where it's coming from. But we don't always delve into what happened with the physical scars of a person. You know, some scars are able to be hidden by just covering up long sleeve shirts, or some people cover them up with tattoos. Technically, a tattoo is a scar. Technically, blood comes out of it and everything. Technically, um, a tattoo is a scar. And if you really think about it, since a tattoo is a scar, the tattoo is probably symbolic of something that you were thinking, feeling, or doing at the time. So let's say if you had a tattoo of somebody's name on you, that's something like a blend of a physical scar and emotional scar that's hard to make go away. You can cover up a tattoo with another tattoo, but if you ever see somebody cover up a tattoo with another tattoo, you can still see the old tattoo shining through. So there's a story with that, and it may be an emotional story, a mental story, something that may be a window for you to see somebody's experience through. So we're gonna talk about the mental and physical and emotional scars and blend them together and see what we can find out. Yo, that's what out. No doubt. That's my word. T Carry right, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your side. Robin Ming, that's my big sis doing the thing. Something like Queen for a King. And Stacey White, thanks for coming through day and night. Yeah, I understand you shine bright. So let's get it popping, y'all. Urban Therapy with Sun 752 with this the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday from 1 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is a Sunday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I am your host, Son 752, aka Omar, with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. How y'all feeling? I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should today. I know I am. I'm feeling like a real man should always. And see what we gonna do today is we talking about those physical and emotional scar blend, the physical and emotional scar blend. I mean, shoot. This can range anywhere from a frightening, harrowing experience that you may have PTSD from, all the way down to, you see all of these bite marks on somebody's legs. Have you ever seen somebody that has legs with all of these little bite marks on them, and it ain't from chicken pox? Could be though, chicken pox. Hopefully, it ain't from the monkey pox, the new thing that monkey. But anyway, even if you see somebody that has like all of these marks on their arms and legs, and you're wondering like, wow, such a pretty face or such a handsome face, but why do they have all of these marks on them? And they might explain to you or might not explain to you, but what may have happened was that when they were younger, Maybe they brought a stray animal into the house and the animal had fleas and it was biting them. You know, maybe they were so young, they didn't understand what fleas and all of that stuff were about. And so they were already infested with the fleas and stuff by the time that they realized that they needed to, you know, do some what do you call it? Exterminator work. You know what I mean? So all of the kids, everybody that was in the house got bit up all crazy, you know? And that might have been, flea bites itch. First of all, flea bites itch. You can feel the flea when it's biting you. It's not a good look. Or it could have been bed bugs. Bed bugs, baby. Yeah, most bed bug bites heal, but sometimes they don't. The longer you keep scratching them, and you can't keep from you can try all you want not to scratch those bed bug bites. It ain't going to work. You're going to scratch them. So the time that you had bad bed bugs, and you may not have known where they came from, or maybe you did. Regardless, that might have been such a harrowing experience for you that it was like, yo, I'm still messed up. I still can't go in a hotel room and feel comfortable about staying in the telly. Because up in the hotel, that's where I got my experience with the bed bugs. I never even thought that was a real thing. You know, sleep tight and don't let the bed bugs bite. The bed bugs was biting. They was biting hard. While you sleep, you wake up all itchy and burning. And when you get bit by bed bugs, it's not just little bite marks. When you scratch them, they turn into like big welts. Big bruises. It looks crazy. It really does. It looks crazy. It's not a good look. And so, you know, that may have left you emotionally scarred. Like, no, I'm never going to the Best Western again. I'm never going to the extended stay again. I'm never going to the Marriott again. I'm never going again. No hotel for me. No, never. No hotel for me. No, never. I stay at a youth hostel. I'll stay in a youth hostel before I stay in another hotel room. I'll take my chances with the homeless. The blend of physical and emotional scars. Every scar you see on a person, I think has a story to it. If a wound leaves a scar, then it was a bad wound. Because the scars that don't leave wounds, you can get rid of them with some cocoa butter. Give me some of that cocoa butter. Give me some of that shea butter. Put this on there for a few days, maybe a couple of weeks, and then you won't see any of the scars. Some of the scars have gone away that way. Some of them didn't. The deep ones didn't go away. You couldn't make them go away. You couldn't cover them up without doing some deep covering. And that was only a temporary fix in the first place. So that's what we're talking about today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, the physical and emotional scar blend. The physical and emotional scar blend. What's going on, Brian? Thanks for coming on through. Oh, shit. You said it happened to you at the casino. Oh, the bed bugs? Yo, it happened to me at the Best Western, man. 2011. Man, that was a bad look. But that wasn't even the first time. You know what I mean? The first time, yeah. First time it was, yeah. Let me just put it this way. I stay away from them Norristown chicks. I'm just gonna put it out there. I stay away from them Norristown chicks. I had already heard bad things about them Norristown chicks. Anybody who lives in the Philadelphia area know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I will not be going to Norristown. You know what I mean? I'm past all that anyway, but I'm just saying. Robbie Ming says, do they look like monkeypox? No, they don't look like monkeypox. No. How can I explain bed bug bites? At first, it's just a little lump, but it's itchy. It's very, very itchy. So you start scratching it, and then it looks like it looks like somebody it looks like a straight bruise, like red and big, and it looks crazy. I actually have a picture. Like I would have to go deep into the phone, but it's in here. Because I never delete no pictures. I never delete no pictures. But I know I saw it long time ago. But it was a bad look, dog. For real. Yeah, I ain't gonna wait. I'm not gonna try to find it right now because it's gonna take a minute. But yeah, they look like bruises, like sort of like welts, because they will swell up if you keep scratching them. They'll swell up. And you can have bed bug bite scars. You could be scratching on them joints for 3 weeks, because the more you scratch them, the better it feels, but the worse it gets and the longer it lasts. But bed bugs will have you scared to go to bed. For real. Because it'll have, this, you can carry bed bugs in your bags and your clothes. And, they one might latch on to you, and next thing you know, a place that didn't have bed bugs, now it has bed bugs because of you. You got them from somebody else. Now somebody else is getting them because of you. Yeah, bed bugs can, it's not a good look. Nah, baby. Yeah, them bed bug scars. Yeah. Yeah. You be looking some kind of crazy. Oh, wow. Brian is the magnificent Modoc. I was like, how did Brian already become a moderator? You got rid of my man's magnificent Morocco? Now I got to call you Brian? Your name ain't even Brian on Facebook. That's your real name? We know you don't show your face, but that's your real. All right, that's what's up. All right. Stacey White says, I have one tattoo with my name on it. Okay. All right. Did the tattoo hurt when you was getting it? Some people say the tattoos hurt. I figure if it hurt and it leaves a mark, then it is what it is. People get, but I guess what I'm trying to say is this. People get tattoos for different reasons, Stacey. People get tattoos for different reasons. So let's say you get a tattoo with your grandmother's name on it. Now, the tattoo artist tatted your grandmother's name. You maybe even gotten your grandmother's face on there. Your beautiful grandmother. Yeah, my granny, my nana, big mama, my mom right here. She with me forever. Well, you loved your grandmother. You felt very strongly about your grandmother. So it makes sense that your tattoo is now an emotional scar, an emotional wound. Because every time you see your grandmother, you're reminded that she's no longer with you, but she's with you. She's with you in spirit, and she's with you on your arm. So technically, she is with you physically. Now, her physical form is no longer here, but every time somebody sees your tattoo and they ask, "Yo, who's that? Who's that a tattoo of on your arm?" Oh, that's my grandmother. Yeah, that's my lovely granny. You know what I'm saying? I miss her so much. She'd be with me forever. It's an emotion. All emotional scars, all emotional wounds aren't necessarily that of physically hurt nature. But every wound that you have has a story to it. It has a story. You can get hurt while having fun. But if you are hurt bad while having fun, there's going to be an emotional, there's something emotional to shoot. People win championships and tear their ACL or their Achilles or some other wound that wouldn't allow you to play another game if there was another game that season. So your whole off season is going to be spent trying to get yourself in shape for the next season because you got hurt. But you won that championship. It was a lot of tears, a lot of beers. Yay, we did it. We did it. We effing did it. Yes, yes, yes. But this is the price you had to pay for it. You got all nicked and scarred up bad. Had to get surgery. Shout out to all my people out there who have gone under the knife. Hopefully, you only went under the knife for good reasons. You know, because you have plenty of people out there that go under the knife for reasons that I don't think are so good. Like, hopefully, you didn't go under the knife for vanity. You know, all of these chicks out here getting BBLs, out here getting breast implants, breast reductions, collagen, tummy tucks, weight loss surgery. Regardless of how you look at it, weight loss surgery is still a vanity type of surgery. I mean, it may have been for your health, but you were already messing up your health before. So you messing up your health by eating too much. You got all fat. Now you want to eat a lot and still be pretty. You want to eat a lot, still be pretty, but eat a lot. And I know niggas who have gotten weight loss surgery. I'm like, if that ain't some bitch ass shit, what is? I don't care what nobody say. You a man, dog. Go run some ball. Run around the gym. Do some sit-ups. Yeah, I know. I'm experiencing it now. As I get older, it's not as easy to lose weight. This tummy been giving me fits, but I bet you I'm going to work on it until I find that formula again. The same formula I used to use when I was younger is not the same formula that I have to use now, but I bet you I'm going to find it. We're going to get it together. It won't be, I'm not going under no knife. You have to be a certain weight anyway in order for them to even consider you for that. You have to be obese, as they say. But as far as I'm concerned, whenever you don't like the way that you look, you might as well be obese. You feeling some kind of way about it. So yeah. Every wound has a story. And some of those stories are serious stories. So we're going to talk about some of them today. If y'all would like to call into the show, I invite y'all to call in. And the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. Press number 1, and that will let me know that you would like to speak, and then I will call you out by the last 4 digits of your telephone number, and you can rock on it, do the damn, do the damn thing. This Urban Therapy with Sun show, physical and emotional scar blend. Also, I need y'all to hit that like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. We do this every single day. All right. What y'all talking about over there? All right. Zip. Brian says, I wear sweatpants when I stay over. I hear that. Almost like Poison Ivy. Oh, you talking about what the scars look like? Yeah, a little bit like Poison Ivy, but to me, it's worse. See, the thing about it, Poison Ivy has like a cluster of bumps, and you can clearly see that somebody has Poison Ivy, because without even scratching Poison Ivy, those bumps, and let me tell y'all something. I've had Poison Ivy so many times as a child. I've had Poison Ivy plenty of times as an adult. You go out there, man, and I said that every physical scar has an emotional attachment to it. It has a story to tell. That's why I don't like messing around, cutting weeds and stuff like that. I don't like it because I have gotten Poison Ivy burnt plenty of times. And you'd be like, here I am, 35 years old, 45 years old, getting poison ivy and no cortisone 10, none of that stuff. Calamine lotion, none of that stuff. I don't know about it, anybody else, but it never relieved my symptoms. It never made me stop itching. Never. I've tried everything. I've tried baking soda. I've tried, peroxide, alcohol, everything. I've tried everything. When I itch, and I itch until I stop itching. That's the way it goes for me. Hopefully for y'all, it's a little bit better. Hopefully for my peoples, is a little bit better. But anyway, keeping it moving. We're gonna press on. Yeah. The physical and emotional scar blend. You ever talk to somebody? Meet somebody, get to know somebody, and you see like a strange cut on them, or maybe a stitch mark or something like that, and you ask them like, "Yo, what happened to you right there?" And they tell you like, "Yeah, when I was younger, me and my sister or me and my brother, we used to fight all the time. And one time they threw me through a glass window. They threw me through the screen door." And you like, what? Because you looking like, yo, that's a serious thing to happen to somebody. What you mean? And they talking about like, yeah, we used to be knocking down, dragging out, fighting. We used to fight each other like we was fighting our worst enemy. And yeah, one time it got a little too rough, and he threw me through the glass window. Nick, look, you ain't see this one over here. I had to get 52 stitches in 4 different places because you was all cut up. Yeah, we got our stitches, but the worst part about it is my mom, she really kicked our ass after that. We ain't fight no more after that. After that, we had to just scheme and plot on each other. Crazy stuff like that. I've known people who have said that. Like, what do you mean? Threw you through a glass table or a glass door, or threw you through the window? Well, he didn't really throw me, or she didn't really throw me, but she pushed me and I fell through it. And I almost lost my eye. You see how, I noticed a little cut there. I wasn't going to ask you about it. Yeah, it cut me right here. The doctor said if it would have moved 1 millimeter closer, it would have cut my cornea out and I would have been blind. Shit like that. Things like that. And I'm thinking like, if y'all used to fight all the time, that means that y'all were angry at each other all the time. That means it was sort of like a dysfunctional household. That means that there's a lot of pain there, emotional pain, and they blowing it off like, yeah, emotional pain, yeah. I used to hate them, but we don't hate each other no more. It's like, or you find out that somebody has been stabbed before, or they got shot before. How do you get over a stab wound, or how do you get over being stabbed or shot before? That's what I like to know. Because a lot of people talk about getting stabbed or shot like it wasn't nothing. Like, yeah, I had beef with these cats over here, blah, blah, blah. Or, I know one dude, he said, yeah, my first baby mom, her boyfriend, kept trying to come back and whatever. And, the punk motherfucker shot me. What do you mean? Yeah, he shot me. You know what I mean? He actually busted at me 3 times, but I only got a wound. Like the one was like a flesh wound. The other one was like a graze, but he hit me. You see, he hit me here. But, I was in the hospital for a minute, but, and the board, he did time. He did a little bit of time over it, but You know what I mean? That's attempted murder. How do you get over somebody trying to kill you? How do you know? You ain't gonna tell me that there's no mental or emotional wound with somebody that tried to take you up out of here. Because how do you walk the streets not being paranoid? Like, yo, if he see me again, he ain't had no problem trying to take me up out of here before. He might not have a problem trying to take me up out of here again. So I know what I'm going to be thinking. Like, I gotta get to him first. I'm gonna have to go get him. I'm not gonna be able to sleep at night if I don't get rid of this dude who was trying to get rid of me. My peoples might not see me for a minute, but then again, maybe the judge will understand. Maybe the jury, maybe the judge and the jury will understand. It was really self-defense. Well, how can it be self-defense if you went to find the boy and busting? How do you explain that as being self-defense? Oh, well, the dude told me that he was going to get me regardless. After he shot me, he sent word that he was going to finish me off. So I felt like I had no choice but to react to that, because where I come from, I can't really rely on the police to protect me like that. It wasn't like they were giving me round the clock protection or anything like that. So I felt like my life was in jeopardy. So I had to go. I felt like I had to go find the guy and handle my business. When I shot him, he was trying to shoot me first. He saw me coming. He saw me coming. He started shooting. I shot back at him. Yeah, I own up to it. I'll cop out to, yeah, I did go to where he was, but he was ready for me when I got there. Maybe there was a chance that we could have talked it out. But how you going to talk it out with a person that tried to kill you before and sent word that he was going to finish you off? I throw myself on the mercy of the court. I feel if I could do it all over again, I probably would have made a different decision. But at the time, I didn't feel like I had another decision that was available. But I feel sorry for his family, for his children, and all of that. I'm really sorry that he's not here. But I am glad I'm here. Like I said, I throw myself on the mercy of the court. That's physical. I mean, that physical scar, that sounds like it definitely has a story to it. It definitely is an emotional, a mental and emotional scar. Shoot. I know somebody like me, every chick I would deal with after that, if I didn't stay with that girl. Imagine getting shot over a chick that you didn't think that you was going to even be with like that. Like, yeah, we was kicking it. Yeah, it was my girl at the time, but I ain't know, we was still feeling each other out. But I'm not gonna let nobody come and hurt her while I'm there. So I had to do what I had to do, but I ain't mean to wind up getting shot over it. And now here I am going back and forth to court with a chick that we ain't even together no more. It wasn't like this was my wife or somebody that I was planning on marrying one day. I mean, to be honest with you, we was just seeing each other. I was trying to get something. I ain't getting none that night. I did get something the other nights, but I ain't getting none that night. So every girl I would mess with after that, probably, like, she would have to prove to me that she had a totally clean slate. Like, listen, are you seeing somebody on any level? I need to know, because I need to know what I'm getting myself into, because I can't have no situation where I'm fearing for my life or where I have to take a life. TK Wright says, my tattoos have a story to tell, every one of them. Sounds like an emotional scar to me. Stacey White says, you're not supposed to be drinking when you get a tattoo. I was under the influence when I got my tattoo. Yeah, they say that you're not supposed to be under the influence. Damn near everybody I know is under the influence when they go get their tattoo, though. They have been drinking. They have been drinking. Robbie Ming says, I know some women who got a surgery to make their stomach staple. They only lasted for a couple of months. Then they went right back to eating. A waste of money. Rob, you just told some truth right there. You just told an enormous amount of truth right there. That is serious. I know just about everybody I know that got weight loss surgery got big again. After maybe some of them lasted like a year, 2, a little bit of time. But see, the thing about it is you have to you gotta change your life around. You can't just change your physical appearance. Now sometimes they make you lose weight before you can even get weight loss surgery. So you know that you have the discipline to lose some weight. Why wouldn't you just keep going with that? It could be because you know that you're only disciplined to a certain degree, and then you're going to go back to doing what you do. But as far as the quick fix and stuff like that is concerned, a lot of people who have gotten, all of the people that I know that have gotten weight loss surgery, they wind up getting big again. Well, one person I know didn't get fat again. She didn't get fat again. All right. Okay, I will say that. She didn't get fat again. I might know 2 people. No, the one that I'm talking about, she just got breast reduction surgery. So imagine her titties must have been so big that she lost weight just getting breast reduction surgery. Like, yo, I lost 20 pounds by just, going down to a C cup. All right. Rob says, I don't have no tattoos. I'm not a needle person. I hear you. I don't have any tattoos either, but I'm not scared of needles. I just don't want any identifiable scars or marks or tattoos on my body, because I plan to be a fugitive from justice one day. And how am I going to avoid being on America's Most Wanted, and I got these tattoos? Like, nah, that ain't gonna work. Okay. TK Wright says, they forget that you have to maintain the new body. Now, whatever emotional scars they had before resurfaces. Yeah. I mean, if you have an eating disorder, all the surgery in the world is not going to do anything. You got to find a way to stop dealing with your problems by stuffing your face. Let's get to that. Robbie Ming says, I have a mark under my right eye that I had since I was 5 years old, trying to climb on the porch railing and fell. Now, yeah, almost killing yourself as a child. How many of us have that story to tell? Damn near taking yourself out. Yo, I saw my man. You know how young boys love to jump and see how far they can jump from one place to another place. Well, where our houses were on my street had two double homes, twin homes, whatever you call them. And so they had a pathway going to each residence's backyards in the middle. So you have 2 houses, and then you have a walkway, and then you have another 2 houses, walkway, another 2 houses, walkway. So in that walkway, they had instead of back doors, they had a side entrance for the houses on my street that were made into triplexes. So there was like a person living on the first floor, second floor, and the third floor. And some of the houses were made the exact same way, but they were single family houses. So anyway, so the steps going up to the second floor, up to the first floor actually, but led to the steps going into the house that went up to the second and third floor. I remember my man jumped. We dared him or bet him that he couldn't jump from the steps over here to the steps that were over here. Now, it was way more distance than that, and he was about 6 or 7 years old. And I remember he jumped, and he didn't jump far enough. That boy jumped, and the landing, he slipped and hit his chin. Damn near decapitated my man. I was like, yo, it was horrifying. It was horrifying. He didn't make it. He jumped, I think, but I'm not sure. I think his sneaker hit the tip of the landing, but he didn't clear it. And going down, the concrete the concrete, his head, his chin hit the concrete landing. And I remember his head going back. We was like, oh, you know what it was? It was a fence. There was a fence in between the 2 walkways. So you went to this person's backyard on this side of the fence and this person's backyard on the other side. And we was, oh my God, almost took my man's out. He was almost a goner. He was almost a goner. I think I was more emotionally scarred than he was. It didn't knock his head off. He didn't have a serious injury did he have to go to the hospital? I don't know. Like, yo, he could have broke all his teeth and all of that. The impact was crazy. Did that stop us from trying to jump from one place? No, it didn't. It didn't. Because we was kids. And, you know, he healed up. He might have healed up that day. But I don't think he jumped. I don't remember my man Cortez. We used to call him Tezzy. I don't remember Tezzy jumping. Shout out to my man Tez. Almost decapitated my man. Sheesh. Yeah. Hold on. Robbie Ming says, to me, it's just a waste of money. If you want to lose weight, I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. Cut back on my meals and walk. I'm not volunteering for no surgeries. I'm gonna tell you something else about that weight loss surgery that I don't know if they explain this to the recipients of weight loss surgery, but it's a serious thing. You're trying to look better, right? Hold on a second. Rob says, I was inquisitive. You said what happened to my man sounds horrible. It was horrifying. It really was. It was horrifying. I really thought we was going to lose my man. He got hurt. He got hurt bad. Let me tell you something about this weight loss surgery thing. One of the biggest pitfalls of weight loss surgery is that you lose a lot of weight in a short amount of time, and it can cause you to get sick because your body took a while to build up the fat that it was actually living with. When you lose weight at that rate, when you lose weight so rapidly after having to take a while to gain weight, what can happen is you can have really bad hormonal problems. So it can like trigger your thyroid gland where you might not have had thyroid problems before, but now you might. That's one thing. The other thing is hanging skin. See, when you lose weight the right way, your body adjusts. Your skin adjusts because you're not going to lose weight, but so fast. But however you lose weight, you're also going to be probably gaining a lot of muscle because you haven't tampered with your with your hormones. You haven't tampered with your internal with your internal organs. You haven't done anything like that. And people tried to deny this, and I'm going to give you an example how I know that is true. All right, so when you get weight loss surgery, you might notice that a person lost a lot of weight and they online posting their pictures and think they looking all pretty and all of that kind of stuff. And you'll see them try to hide their arms because you see all this hanging skin and it looks crazy because your skin has not caught up with the way that you're losing weight. But when you work out, you're also building muscle. So your skin reduces. You're sweating it out and all of that kind of stuff to assist to assist with your weight loss. Not only that, but naturally your whole body is in sync with what's happening to you and what's going on with you. Yeah. So you'll see people who have gotten weight loss surgery and their arms look all crazy, their legs look all crazy, they torso got all of this. It looks like they need the full. Some people have to get surgery over that because it can cause infections. You got all this hanging skin. It's not attached to nothing. It's almost like you put on a fat suit and you skinny. And to prove that it only happens like that when you lose weight the wrong way, probably all of us have known somebody who suffered from cancer. Probably all of us know somebody that died from cancer. And we probably know somebody that was really big or obese and got cancer, and they were basically shriveled down to nothing in a small amount of time, right? But if you notice, one thing about them is that they didn't have no hanging skin. They might have gone from 300 and something pounds all the way down to 100 and something pounds or less. A mere shell of what they used to be, but you don't see no hanging skin. So their body adjusted with their weight loss, because even though they were sick, they still lost weight the right way. They lost weight the way the body intended it to work. To lose the weight, instead of the way that the surgeon or the recipient of the surgery intended for them to lose weight. So these are just some of the things that you need to think about when you start talking about weight loss surgery. I got plenty of people on my Facebook friends list, and they got the weight loss surgery, and they be talking about how they worked out and all of that. And I know they got the surgery because I see that hanging skin, and I know for a fact that, first of all, when you work out, you only lose weight a certain type of way in a certain amount of time. And you look a certain kind of way. When you get weight loss surgery, you're going to get that hanging skin. And I see them up there. They be looking good to a certain degree. But you look at their arms and you be seeing them, like I've seen them try to take pictures like this. Literally hiding their arms. Literally. Like they smiling like. But they don't want you to see. They don't want you to see that hanging skin. That stuff nasty. So they've corrected one problem and created another problem. And both of the problems are physical. So you traded in one physical problem for another physical problem. So you were ashamed to be fat. Now you're ashamed to be hanging all around. Looking all crazy. Looking like what's them dogs? What's them dogs that got all them wrinkles? You know what I mean? You know, look like the back of a fat man's head. Y'all know what I'm talking about. These rolls in the back of the head. They whole body, the dog, the whole dog look like the back. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. A pug? Yeah, I guess so. I don't think a pug is the only one that got it. I'm a wrinkly dog. Wrinkly dogs. TK right said loose skin and weak gag reflex and constant burping, flatulence. Really? Now that part I didn't know. I know. Wow. Stacey White says I had hanging skin on my stomach, but it didn't last. If it didn't last, then it ain't what I'm talking about. Ain't what I'm talking about. But like we're talking about physical and emotional scar blend. The physical and emotional scar blend. Yeah, man. Every scar, every wound has a story to tell. Just because you're not in that situation anymore doesn't mean that there's no PTSD associated with it. And PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder, which basically means that you have a hard time getting over, getting past, and forgetting a trauma that has happened to you. A traumatic event is always in the back of your mind. Like, I ain't going there no more. I ain't never doing that no more. I ain't hanging around them no more. It's tough. The physical and emotional scar blend. We talking about the marks on your body. The marks on your body that takes you back to a different time, another time. Not so good. Not so good, baby. The things we go through in our lives, man, it can. Woo! Y'all know. We've all been through some old crazy stuff, right? But when we talk about the physical and emotional scars, just like the physical scars don't go away with some cocoa butter, some shea butter, some miracle hide butter makeup, none of that stuff. None of that stuff, you know? And some of our scars define some of our personalities. Like we've sort of assessed our personality to the scar. You ever know somebody that walks funny, walk with a limp? You know, one thing about New York is they used to always talk about walking with a limp. You know what I mean? He got that pimp limp. He got that pimp limp. I'm like, were all pimps, you know, they all have leg problems? He got the gangster limp. Like, does that mean he got shot? Does it mean somebody beat his kneecaps in with a baseball bat? Whatever the case may be, all those emotional scars. When you see somebody that walks funny, they may be defined or identified by the way that they walk. Like, yo, man, that's my man. You know, man, he walked funny. You know, because you may remember the experience that he had. I remember he used to wheelie bikes back in the day or whatever. And one time he was going across the intersection, he wasn't paying attention, or a car ran a light and almost knocked my man into heaven. All the way to heaven, 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 heaven. All the way to heaven, 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 heaven. Yeah. It's a real thing. It's a real thing, baby. I see we have some callers on the line. All right. We have some callers. We're going to take the callers in the order that they requested to speak. So caller with the last number is 8884. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Thank you for calling in. What's on your mind this afternoon?
Hello, how are you?
I'm feeling like a real man should. I'm glad to hear your voice. What a sound for sore ears.
You heard from me last year.
It was a long time
I
ago.
would prefer, I've dealt with emotional scars and I'm still somewhat dealing with them. I would prefer to deal with physical scars. Emotional scars, that is really traumatic to me. Okay? That messes up your mentality. It messes up your body, your everything to me. With your emotional scars, like you said, you can't put no cocoa butter, none of that stuff. That shit is in your mind. That shit is in your heart. That's all over your body and it just weighs you down.
True indeed. Right.
Huh?
I said true indeed.
Yeah, So I would deal with the physical scars. Sure.
But
Anybody, but
go ahead.
no, I'm listening.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, like, but the whole show we're talking about how some of those physical scars can turn into emotional scars. Because let's say you were in an abusive relationship and your man, used to beat on you. And now you might have fought him back, but one time it got out of hand and, I don't know, he hit you too hard and you fell and messed your face up or knocked out a tooth. Getting your tooth knocked out is a permanent scar. You're an adult. Them teeth don't grow back. You got to get a false one. Whether it's a bridge or whether it's Invisalign or whatever the case may be, it won't grow back. So, if he knocked out one of your teeth, you know what I'm saying? That's now you running around here with a visible scar and the memory of the abuse that you went through with this man. And that's whether he's gone now or whether y'all still together. So sometimes the physical scars can carry the same feelings as an emotional scar. See, the thing about the emotional scars is that we don't see somebody's emotional scars just by looking at them. But once we get to know them and we see how they act, what they seem to be afraid of or what makes them angry, we see their emotional scars. But sometimes they might have the physical scars that go right along with them. You know what I mean? But they might not talk about the physical scar. I'm going to give you an off the wall example, an unexpected example. Let's take women who have to get a C-section when they have a baby. Now, having a baby might have been one of the greatest experiences that you ever had. Maybe you really wanted a baby. Maybe all of your life you played with dolls and stuff like that. You really wanted a child one day, but you might have got knocked up by somebody that you really didn't want to have a child by. You know what I'm saying? And then you wound up having to get a C-section for whatever reason, and now you got this scar. Some women when they get a C-section, the scar is pretty big. You know what I mean? And for some women, you can say that it's just vanity or whatever, but for some women, they really feel some kind of way about that scar. They want to get surgery to cover up that scar, but you ain't finished having no babies yet. You know what I mean? That might have just been your first child. You know how they say once a C-section, always a C-section, which isn't all the way true. Yeah, it's not true. But nonetheless, you got this scar. So your babies, the things that you love.
But you have what you wanted. Your pride, you wanted a baby, right? So,
but
the baby couldn't come out that your vagina. Then it had to come out one way. You had to have a C-section.
Yeah.
you have to have a C-section
Mm-hmm.
in order they break so the baby wouldn't die.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Well, nowadays doctors
You
be
mean
now
not-
nowadays doctors be encouraging women to get a C-section no matter what. You know what I mean? They don't no more struggle, you know? But I don't know.
my granddaughter, she was last year, my granddaughter was 29. She had her first baby. But the whole time, but not the whole time, the last couple of months, maybe it's in September,
Uh-huh.
she had COVID. Okay? And so what they were trying to do was they didn't want the baby to get the COVID because she had the COVID. So what
Okay.
they had to do with her was they had to give her a C-section. You know, and once the baby, they gave her a C-section, she still had the COVID, but they kept the baby in there longer to make sure in the hospital, make sure that he didn't have the COVID.
Okay.
So that was a life and death situation there.
Okay. Yeah. That's
You know, they
Mhm.
couldn't wait for her to try to push because of this COVID, and they didn't know if it had spread to the baby.
right.
So, but you know, a lot of these doctors, they are pushing for C-section.
They really are.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mhm.
you know. But in a life and death situation, I'm down with it. You know, if it had to scar my body, so be it.
Right. But that's you.
You know,
That's you. See,
Yeah.
for you, you know, you might say, well, it's just a scar. It doesn't really have that much of an impact on the way that I look. But for some women, they might look at it like, I want to look pretty on the beach. This scar is keeping me from being able to take these model pictures or whatever. Yeah, it's vanity, but nonetheless, your body came with no scars. You probably wanted to go get through life without any scars. So we can say that you just conceded or whatever. But in a way, I think it's valid, especially if you had a baby by a dude that you really didn't want to have a baby by, but maybe you were pro-life or whatever the case may be, and so you had the baby, and now you got this scar. You got a baby and a scar. I gotta love this baby. I know I'm obligated to. I gotta love this baby, and now I gotta relearn to love myself. So
But back to the other question that you said about being, having a man and him abusing you or beating on you, and that could be emotional and physical, right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Right. Of course.
Man, first of all, we're gonna say this from me. I don't play that no man hitting me. That's first of all, okay. Second of all, I know you're saying hypothetically.
Right.
Second of all, okay, yeah, that would be because you are carrying two scars. You're hurting, you're in pain from being abused, and you're in pain because you love this man or woman, whoever it is, and you're in pain because this man has beat your ass. So yeah, it is both. It's both of them. It's physical and it's emotional. So the best thing to do in that situation for me would be see you later.
Yeah. But nonetheless,
Yeah.
you're never going to forget that he put his hands on you that way. You know what I mean? And it can affect it can affect your relationships going forward.
One of my last relationships that I was in, and the guy told me, we got into an argument, and he told me, you're lucky that I don't hit women no more. I said, no, you're lucky that you don't hit women no more.
Mm.
And I'm not saying I'm a bad answer, none of that. No, I'm not saying that I could beat no man because I know I can't. But I'm not going to let you sit here and you're in my home and you're going to tell me I'm lucky that you don't beat on women. Are you crazy, Negro? Do you know I will stab you up?
Yeah.
And so I had to let them go. Because you're threatening me now.
Rob,
Yeah.
you said
Yeah.
that you can't beat no man, but as far as I'm concerned, if you stab him up and he bleeds out, I think that's winning. In my book.
No, I'm talking about like physical, like fighting.
Look. A win is a win. Everything ain't an arm wrestling contest. A win is a win.
Well, I have to protect myself.
Look. If you up and he's down, I don't see how he won. If you got away and he's huh?
That's a lot of nerve to tell me that, are you lucky I don't hit women no more because I would hit you. No, you're lucky you don't hit women no more, Negro. You're in my house. You forgot where you're at?
Yeah.
Do you know that any and everything I get my hands on, I will mess you up with to protect myself? Fear is a hell of a thing.
Sounds like you could beat a man or two.
Yeah.
Sounds like you could physically beat a couple of men that I know. I know one thing.
No.
I'm not bringing any woman that is good with knives. I'm not getting in no fight with her. Like, look, normally I wouldn't watch my mouth, but I think, since you quick with the Edward Scissorhands, yeah, I think I'm a chill. We not dealing with you, Freddy Krueger. I'm good. I don't want no problems.
No. It's not that. He should have came out of his mouth with that. If you care for me, if you so-called love me, why would you say something like that to me?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Why would you say something like that to me? No. And see you later. Bye. Because now I don't trust you. I don't know what you might try to do to me when I'm asleep. No. We got to go. But anyway, it was good talking to you. I guess I'll call you again this year. You good on willing?
I appreciate it. It's always love.
It's once a year or so, twice a year.
Yeah, I think it's like twice. I think we on board. I think we on schedule for like at least 2 calls. So this is the first one. Yes, this is the first one. So maybe sometime in the fall.
Or in the winter, around Christmas time, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we ain't gonna schedule it right now, but we gonna keep it penciled in.
Oh yeah, because it might be something very interesting, and I'll call. Besides that, I'm hanging in here. I'm doing good. I'm doing a whole lot better. I'm getting much stronger. Yes, I still have my up and down days, but
we all have them. That's what's up. Here. I'm glad. You're still here. I said I'm glad you're still here.
I came a long way. I came a long way for one.
Yeah. I do.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I know you know. Because you was my buddy. My best buddy. I mean, I thought I was going to die my damn self. Yeah, but I'm doing a whole lot better. I'm getting stronger, And then now I'm a great grandmother. I don't look like one.
You ain't gotta look like one. You know what I mean? Them youngins start having babies, and that's that. All you gotta do is keep living and then they keep and they keep producing and voila. You know?
My oldest grandson is 33 and my youngest one is 22.
Okay.
And ain't none of them here with me. I ain't taking care of nobody, baby. My baby days is over. I'm living my life. I'm getting me a life.
All right, Grandma. I hear that.
Watch it, buddy. Oh yes, God said I'm copper now. I'm not red. I'm copper.
Oh, well. What have we here? All right, you go, Copper.
Huh?
You go, Copperhead.
Copper. Yeah, you darn right. I'm copper. And I look good. It goes right with my complexion.
I hear that.
Pleasure talking to you, my buddy.
All right.
Come on, friend.
All right. Well, you have a great day.
All right.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
You too. Enjoy your Sunday.
Okay. Peace.
Okay, bye-bye. Peace.
Great call. As usual. Always. All right. Caller with the last numbers 6606. Hold on. This is okay. Caller with the last number 6606. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun show. Thank you for holding. What's on your mind this afternoon? What's good?
You know what? Copper Grandma may call in a lot sooner than we all expect, because when she hears me talking about what she said, she just might want to dial that number again. Go.
Oh, really?
She's talking about, yeah. She's talking about, I can't be the man. But then you interjected, and it was correct. If somebody has got access to knives, skillets, pots and pans, carrying around keys, you don't have to be physically stronger than a man. All you got to do is stab him in the eye, kick him in the nuts, take out that little knife, and you don't have to worry about it. And the whole thing is that I get tired of women talking about never hit a woman. You know, now she did make a decent point when she said, if you love me, why would you say something like, you're lucky I don't hit women anymore? Now, my response to that is, yeah, she has a point. But since we don't know the whole story, I remember like years ago, I was in a forum about women talking about being abused by men who hit women. And I had written a response to it, but then I said, you know what, I should have written a longer response along these lines. When a man, the average man, not the 25% or so who are, they can't have a relationship with any woman, they're abusive. But the average man, if he gets a woman, it isn't because he just woke up in the morning and he said, what a great day. This woman is so good to me. She's gonna fix me breakfast. I know. We had great sex. I think I'll beat the shit out of her. We don't do that. But if you keep in our faces for months talking about, well, I'm sorry I'm late for the 13th time. Yeah, I know you wanted hamburger, but I gave you lamb chops instead for the 14th time. You're late for the 8th time. Eventually, a man's going to confront you. Now, if you continue to get in his face, men being the hunters that they like to say we are, the hunters and the providers, we have this adrenaline. We hold it back for weeks and weeks, and then we let go. So anytime that there's, I'll bet you, anytime that there's a domestic abuse report, oh, and by the way, do you know that 40 to 70% of domestic abuses are done by women physically? So, but getting back to my original point, when a man hits a woman, and all of a sudden the neighbors and friends are going, I never thought you'd do that. But that's because that's about the 50th time in about 6 months this woman has gotten in his face, wagging her finger or making excuses for why she didn't do what she said she was supposed to do. That's my explanation.
Well, let me tell you something. I don't know about you, but I've known a lot of men who were abusers. And I've known some men who weren't necessarily abusers, but have hit women before. But the men that I know who were abusers, yeah, they did do things like just wake up in the morning and just start whooping ass. They did do things like that. they did do things just like they did do things like have a bad day at work or any kind of day at work and come home and whoop their woman's ass, kids' ass, everybody's ass. So you might be able to speak for the example of some men, but even those men that you speak about, if somebody perpetrates violence against you, then you have every right to perpetrate violence or defend yourself with violence against them. If you're the aggressor, I have no excuse for you. I have no defense for you, because as a man, as a human being, you have to learn how to deal with your problems and your frustration without getting physical. You have to learn how to do it. I know that as a man, sometimes your testosterone makes you feel like, all right, well, since we can't get along, put your dukes up. We're gonna handle this like quote unquote men. But there is accountability for that. And when it really all comes down to it, the courts are going to look at it in the way of whoever went first is guilty. That's it. Now, there is a such thing as excessive force. Like, let's say somebody tapped you and you knocked them out and kept stopping them. Yeah, that's excessive force. Had you just knocked them out, it wouldn't have been excessive force. But they were down and they were no longer a threat to you, and you kept on going. You could say, yeah, but he had it coming. He or she had it coming, and you know, when they hit me, I just blacked out. Well, yeah, you're gonna be blacking out behind bars. That's all. It's not a problem. But if you don't learn from that experience, that's on you. But let's move on. What we were talking about is the physical and emotional scar blend. So we were talking about how you can have physical scars that carry emotional trauma with them. And now an example that comes to my mind is men who have gotten Purple Hearts in the military.
Right.
You know, like in order to get a Purple Heart, you had to be wounded in battle. Whether you were, whether you were shot, stabbed, whatever it was, you were wounded, you were a casualty in battle and survived, and that was the way that you got the Purple Heart. But
that's the criteria, right?
Right. So imagine, you know, first of all, going to war, having to engage in combat against an enemy that is trying to eliminate you. You know, that's already a lot of emotional that's a lot of emotional stuff to deal with, because you're in the fight of your life, literally. And then you wind up almost losing your life. It could be that you are paralyzed in a wheelchair, or you lost a limb or some other extremity, or whatever the case may be. You know, you're not going to say that, yeah, I got shot when I was on the battlefield or while I was in Iraq or Afghanistan or whatever. But you know, it ain't mean nothing to me. They didn't get me, so I'm cool. No, it's not going to go down that way. You know, that PTSD is going to be serious. And you could be a threat to others and even yourself back here on stateside. So, you know, so we that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the physical.
I know. I was listening.
Okay.
Okay. And the emotional scars, of course, are being reminded and being replayed in your mind every time you have, a physical scar that will remind you of that incident, especially if you have the PTSD, which you just mentioned. You don't want to go back to the other discussion? Because I can give you a real life example. I mean, I agree with you 95%. Now, if you don't want to go back to that discussion.
I definitely don't want to go. I'm not going back to that discussion. We're not doing that.
Okay.
No way.
All right, we're going to have a show about that, because I'd like to put in my input on that, because men get a bad rap. So if you know you're going to have a show about men and women hitting each other, I always like to join your shows anyway because you always have a different issue on every show. So it's always interesting. But this, which we were talking about, it's serious because men get a bad rap. And, okay, so the emotional scars. Well, you just about said it all. When you have an emotional scar, it can't stay with you, for the rest of your life. So can a physical scar. Now, you said you recommend C-section?
No,
Why? For just
no.
enjoying
I don't recommend them. I said doctors have been recommending them.
Oh.
Like it's crazy out here. You barely any babies come out of the birth canal. It seems like nowadays.
Well, maybe not normally, but there is a way where, what do you call it? Midwives, they can act, and they still exist today. There's a way of making normal childbirth, natural childbirth, practically painless by doing it the way that the midwife tell you. Sometimes I think it involves being in a warm tub of water and letting the baby come out, and you're relaxed, maybe take some herbs, and the baby comes out naturally without pain. I think. Not quite sure.
Yeah. The thing about it is when it comes to this birth thing, theoretically and almost, I'm going to hesitate to say that actually, I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a percentage on it. 90%, I would say, of births could actually happen naturally, like through the birth canal. But doctors nowadays want to limit liability so much that they know that they can always get a C-section right. They're not going to fail with a C-section. But with natural birth, just like every woman risks her life each time that she that she gets pregnant. And even more so when they deliver a baby. And so many women have died through birth. It doesn't always go right. And, but yeah, the population, we have to continue to populate the earth. The species has to go on. So there's not really a choice. But doctors have found C-section to be a safe alternative to be able to deliver a baby, and they don't have to wait. They can schedule, like you can have a baby on the day that you want to have it, that sort of thing. So they always talk about all the benefits, but what they don't talk about are some of the things that are unknown about having a baby by C-section. Like, for example, when a baby comes through the birth canal, when it comes through through vaginal birth, there's a kaleidoscope of light that the baby sees when they are being delivered through vaginal birth that cannot be duplicated by anything in the world ever again. It can't be duplicated.
You're talking about the baby seeing this kaleidoscope?
Yeah, the baby sees a kaleidoscope of light. We don't know the spiritual significance of that. We don't know. So it may be nothing, but it may be something. But what we do know is that in a C-section birth, those babies don't get that. Could that be an explanation about why today's children are a little bit different than what we've seen in past generations, even with a lot of the same characteristics that all young people exhibit? Who knows? But what we do know is that there's a kaleidoscope of light that a baby experiences when they are delivered through the birth canal that cannot be duplicated by anything ever again in their life. So they've missed out on that experience. With that experience, the significance that experience carries, I don't know. But I would rather for my children to be delivered the old-fashioned way, even though my biological child wasn't. But I really wanted it to. Now I think I know a mom could have done it, but Like I said, these doctors are recommending it.
You want to risk the pain.
Well, no, the doctors are recommending it. You know, they're recommending it. They make you think that this is the best way, this is the best choice.
What about the risk of abscess?
What about what?
When you're cutting the skin, the risk of abscess.
Yeah.
Abscess too. What about the risk of potential bleeding? What about the risk of the skin not being sewn up properly?
Yeah.
I would think that. Well, I'm not that well informed about birth events. So C-section versus natural birth, I don't know the potential safety of either one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, all right. What about you?
Me as a woman.
No.
No. I would not want anybody cutting me.
I hear you. And I'm sure some of those women have not wanted that either. But, you know, honestly, a lot of women seem to be open to all kinds of surgeries, cosmetic surgeries. I mean, they'll go into the knife for the smallest things nowadays. And there's a price to be paid for that, but they do it. They do it.
Cosmetic surgery is for their vanity. C-section.
Mm-hmm.
You know, only you know that there's a scar. Excuse me, unless you're discussing it with with the friend. But vanity, please. You know how many women are willing to take the risk? Did you hear about the woman about 2 years ago? She actually she wanted a fat ass, right? So some men like fat. She actually put some men in her freaking ass herself.
So what happened?
She incurred serious illness. She got infected. I don't know what had to take cement out. Anything after that, forget it.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, the point is that if you know what they will do to vanity, cement, doesn't that ring a bell with you that saying, even if you want to put silicone bag that they put in breast into your butt, that's got to be dangerous. You're inserting a foreign element that the body ordinarily doesn't want, probably will reject, unless it's certified by some sort of medical association. To do it yourself and to put cement into your own butt, that denotes insanity.
Insanity? I don't know. I know this. I know this. The way that the way that the media is set up, they make all of these chicks out here, many of them that have had surgeries, they make these other women out here want them. And a lot of men like those women who have gotten those surgeries, so they're not helping the situation. It's a situation. Well, I don't know if it's necessarily what I would call insanity. I know that whenever you're trying to get something that's not readily available to you, you'll probably try to find an avenue in order to get it. And for some people, that's surgery. Now, what happens with those bot surgeries is that, you know, surgery is expensive. And not only that, but you have to go through a lot of psychological counseling and stuff like that before you get the surgery. So that the doctors can limit the liability that they will have to incur when they do the surgery. So in order to get around all of that stuff and to get what they want, they just go to Mexico or they go to the Dominican Republic and get those surgeries. They don't have to go through any of the psychological therapy and all of the stuff that they do before they do the surgery, but they can get the surgery. The pitfalls of it are just what you said. You could wind up getting an infection. You may get the surgery done by somebody who doesn't really know what they're doing. You know what I mean? But some women have gotten lucky. They got a fat ass and big titties, and But with all cosmetic surgeries, you wind up having to get it touched up. It's like it's sort of like buying a car. You don't just buy the car and never have to put any gas in it. You got to put gas in it. You have to perform routine maintenance. And cosmetic surgeries are the same way. I don't know if these women,
man.
I don't know if they understand that, but hey.
Well, they have to speak to the doctor should let them know about it. But I think there was a poll taken years ago, and if my memory serves me right, the question was, would you rather spend like $50,000 on getting your breast enlarged, or would you rather use it to color? I think it was like 60-40. Get the tits pumped up over going to college.
So that lets you know the state. That's a little window into the state of our psychology right there. That's the state of our society. That's what we would do. And as crazy as that sounds, we see plenty of evidence that supports it. It's crazy. But listen, man, we gotta get on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we gotta get on up out of here. But I appreciate you calling in and giving your input once again. And I will talk to you next time.
All right.
All right, have a good one.
I'll see you, and hopefully you. All right, you too. Hopefully we'll talk about that topic, which is kind of proposed today. But that's an important topic because a lot of men get, they get the fame. You don't have to be Johnny Depp in order to be the fame by the ordinary girlfriend. So I'll talk to you, man. Have a good weekend.
All right. And just to capitalize on that, we have done shows before about domestic violence and about couples doing what I call fighting and fucking, you know what I'm saying? So, I guess you could call it makeup sex. I call it fighting and fucking, but it is what it is. All right, y'all. But good stuff nonetheless. Good stuff nonetheless. I appreciate both callers for calling in, giving their input. That was a beautiful thing. We're going to get up out of here right now. What we're going to do is we're going to do our birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious June 12th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, Deneen Williams. Happy birthday to you, turning 52 years old today. And also Jamila Casey, turning 51 years old today, and Shirley Talago, turning 42 years old today, and Shari Jones. Happy birthday to you, Shari. And let me see, Yabanya Mariel Santana. Happy birthday to you, and Ann Lowe, turning 41 years old today, and Azai Aziel. Happy birthday to you, and my girl Razia Al Nafis. Happy birthday to you. And Remy Ma, not that Remy Ma, but this Remy Ma, turning 33 years old today. And Lori E. Smalls, turning 58 years old today. And last but not least, my girl Ashley Warner. Happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious June 12th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, listen. Whether it's an emotional scar or a physical scar scars have their own story. We talked a lot about the negatively emotional scars that may go along with the physical scars. But, there are some there's some scars that we have that we may be proud to have. Like just like we were talking about having a baby in by C-section, for some women, I would imagine that might be the greatest scar of their lives. That may have been the life. I mean, that may have been the scar that changed their life for the better. You know how many people have said that had they not started to have children, had it not been for this one baby, you know, they were on their road to ruin. They don't know where they would have been. They may have not even have been here. Maybe they were ready to end their lives before they had a life to take care of their own. So I don't want to end this show without showing how the balance of events can also highlight how some good things can come out of our physical scars. They all have a story to tell, and they all have emotions. All emotions aren't sadness and anger. You know, happiness, joy, euphoria, satisfaction, they're all emotions. They're emotions too. And somehow they get lost in the fray. They get lost in the sea of negative emotions, hurtful emotions, painful emotions that we feel. But let's not forget about them. You know, I want to thank y'all for coming through. We will be back tomorrow for another Daily Go Getimism show, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Make sure that y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. I hope y'all appreciated listening to the show as much as I appreciate y'all coming through. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. So. Blog Talk, we're going to get you up out of here. It's time to go. I see you next time, my dear. At Blog Talk, we're going to get you out of here. Get you out of here. Robin Ming says, I did all three. That's what's up. Appreciate me. Some YOU.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.
Some YOU. Appreciate me. Some YOU and the Y apostrophe ALL. That spells y'all. Peace, y'all. See y'all. Be careful out there.